coffee break. Even though we just started the video. Hi, my name is Kristen, and if you're new here, this is Like Kristen, where we talk about mental health and try to spread awareness. That's basically what this channel is I want to spread awareness for mental health, and I want to do that any way possible. And some of the ways I want to do that, I want to educate you guys on how to help others with different mental illnesses. After I filmed my Cut for Zane video and posted it very quickly that day, I started getting a lot of emails on how do I help someone who is self-harming, how do I talk to someone who is self-harming. And so today I want to talk about how to help someone or talk to someone about self-harm if you're worried about them. I got a lot of emails on this, so I wanted to make a quick video that I put together. I hope you guys enjoy. I have all of it on my phone. I did it really quickly last night. So I'm going to talk about the do's and the don'ts of when you talk to someone about self-harm. Now, I want to start with the don'ts because I feel like in my recovery, people have done a lot of interesting things to get me better that really did not help me. And the one thing I want to talk about is do not take away their tools, because that is very, very dangerous. Personally, if someone took away my tools, somebody else took away my tools, I would probably go find something else. It's not going to solve the problem. It's just going to make it worse, because then they're going to get more secretive about it. They're going to use different things that they're not familiar with, which could cause many, many catastrophes. There's a difference between them willingly giving up their tools and someone taking them away. If you're willing and you're giving up your tools, you're saying, I'm ready for recovery and I'm going to take that first step. And I got a lot of emails on that too, of you guys throwing away your tools, and that's a great first step. But when you're trying to help someone with self-harm, do not just deliberately take it away, because you're taking away their comfort. I know what they're doing is bad, and I know what they're doing you might not understand, but if you take away their tools, that's what they're familiar with, that's what they feel most comfortable doing it with, and if you take them away, they'll probably go for something else when they get the urge that they're not familiar with, and things could get really, really bad. So my first tip to don't do is take away their tools. Do not take away the tools, because that's not gonna help. Don't tell them things like,
if you're my friend, you'll stop self-harming. Why can't you just get over it? You're a freak, just stop self-harming. Why are you self-harming? There's no reason for you to self-harm.
One of the things that people would say is,
people in Africa don't self-harm.
People would say to me, you're
so fortunate to have what you have, why are you self-harming? You're so fortunate to live where you live and get an education and have a loving family, why are you self-harming?
And yes, you are right. I am very fortunate to live where I live, and I'm very fortunate to have family and friends that support me, but yet I am self-harming because I have a mental illness. I have depression, and depression causes me to do things that I really don't like to do. It's not that I feel unfortunate or honored to live where I live, but that's not gonna help my situation just by telling me that I'm fortunate and I have money and I have the means to, you know, get tap water. That's not helping me fix a hole that I have inside. That's not gonna help me. Don't tell someone that if they're self-harming, they're a freak, because then that's kind of counteractive a little bit, isn't it? If you tell someone who's depressed and self-harming, oh, you're a freak, they're probably gonna self-harm more. So don't do that. That's not something you should do when you bring up self-harm with somebody. Don't say, I'm going to ignore you until you stop self-harming. How is that gonna help anyone? Because then you feel so isolated and alone, and that makes it worse. So don't do that. And another thing that I really strongly suggest when you talk about self-harm with somebody, or you're worried about them, or someone around you is self-harming, don't point out their scars, don't point out their cuts. We're very vulnerable because we did something to our bodies that normal people don't really do. Obviously, self-harm is not just cutting, it's bruises, it's burns. If you see anything weird, or you see a lot of bruises, a lot of burns, don't point it out. That kind of goes into what to do when you think someone is self-harming. I got a question from a subscriber asking me, how do I bring it up? How do I bring up self-harm with my friend who I think is self-harming? What I would do is I would say, so-and-so, I'm kind of worried about you. I care about you so much, and I don't want you harming yourself. Is there anything I can do to help you? I would bring it up saying, I'm worried about you. It hurts me to see you like this. It hurts people around you to see you like this. Or just ask them, do you want to talk about it? If we had someone to talk to, we wouldn't be self-harming. You know, a lot of people self-harm for attention, and if we were getting that attention or getting someone to talk to, it could decrease us self-harming. And so just having someone to talk to and telling this person, hey, if you want to talk, about it, I'm always here. Motivate them to tell somebody. Motivate them to tell a teacher, a friend, a family member, family friend, anyone that they're very close to. Motivate them to tell that person because they need to seek treatment. I keep saying this, they need to seek treatment. They need to go to therapy. They need to go to counseling. They need to go get medication. Whatever they need to do, they need to do it because something in their mind is off and they need help. So motivate your friend to seek treatment and motivate your friend to do the right thing, to tell somebody. This is important right here. If you are worried about your friend, if your friend is self-harming, is suicidal, or you feel like they're a danger to themselves or others, I want you to tell somebody. I'm talking to my teenage audience right now. I'm talking to you directly. If you see your friend self-harming and they're going downhill and you see them, you feel like they're a danger to themselves, I want you to tell their parents. I want you to tell their family member that they live with. I want you to tell a teacher, principal, school counselor, somebody. I want you to confide in somebody that your friend is self-harming and they need help, so your friend gets help. And I know that sounds scary. I know you're like, oh my god, my friend would be so upset with me if I told anyone about them self-harming. They wanted me to keep it a secret. Oh my god. You don't want your friend dead, right? Bluntly as that is, self-harm is so dangerous that one mistake, one little burst of anger could end it all. The person who knows about it, it's your responsibility to get that person safe. So if you feel like your friend is in danger to themselves or they're going to do something, you need to tell because they're not going to tell and your friend needs to be safe. Now I know it's a hard thing to do. That's a very hard thing that I'm asking you to do, but it needs to be done. And if you want tips on telling the parent, you could just say your son or daughter, your friend, your classmate, your schoolmate, whoever you're telling, I think they're a danger to themselves and I really think that he or she needs help. And then explain what your concerns are, just very calmly. That's all you really need to do. And once that's open, then those people can reach out to that person and help them. But that needs to be done because there are a lot of people hiding self-harm and it can get really bad. I know they're gonna be upset with you. I know your friend's gonna be like, oh, I can't believe you told, but it's better in the long run. It's better that your friend is safe rather than harming themselves, right? And in the long run, they will forgive you. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but they will forgive you in the long run. I guarantee it. If you guys have any tips or tricks on talking to someone about self-harm that I did not say, please leave them down below. I always like to know. And if you are wondering any more tips, they're down below. People are down there talking. It's amazing our community, how much we help each other and the tips we give each other down there. So go down there, comment your tips and tricks, and I will see you guys next video.